Hello, people. Colt 45 is the beer tonight.
Hello, everybody.
Hello, folks. We're looking at Colt 45 malt liquor introduced in 1963. Some people doing moving, apparently moving today, and the moving crew arrived. All right, now, well, what can we say about Colt 45? It's been around for 52 years. It's not particularly strong malt liquor generally. It tends to be around 5.9, but or 6%. But some places they sell it for a lot stronger, right?
I think some maybe have 8%.
Wow. Okay, I shouldn't have put that lotion on my hand because now I can't crack the bottle.
I thought it was well, I know the high gravity is 8.1% or 8.5, depends.
8.5.
Yeah, I think
Their original is 5.6%. I was told that by their customer service department.
I think just for the original Colt 45 that we're all drinking and not the double malted version, I think Jay could correct me on that, but I think there's 3 different alcohol strengths that you can buy, that you can find around in this country. I think 8% is the highest. I think there's maybe a 6, and I think this one's a 5.6 or 1 or something like that. I believe that's the info.
So who hasn't had this?
I've not ever had Colt 45.
This is my go-to 40.
My first
Now,
time. Go ahead.
let me say this first. We have from Mississippi, Brandon and Jeff and the Brister, and although he got dropped off because of technical difficulties. From Alabama, from Louisiana, we have myself, John from Alabama. Indiana, we have John and Charles. From Virginia, we have Jonathan, and from Massachusetts, we have Eric and Nate. And the Brister's trying to get back because of man, I cannot break this cap. I cannot crack this cap. This is no joke.
Wow.
That must be some strong beer right there.
It's like, good grief. Like, what's going on? All right, anyway, I might have to talk about it and not drink it. But anyway,
Woo.
hell.
Got quite the smell, I tell you that. It's a very pungent smell.
Yes.
True. It's all kinds of corny and grainy and sour and all that kind of stuff.
They know Nana's calling you.
Old.
Nana is calling you.
Chaos here.
Hey, go to Alexis. Nana's calling you.
Guys, hold on 1 second. I'm sorry.
Hit mute.
Yeah, we can't have that. All right, now, anyway, y'all go ahead and talk about it because I can't get mine undone. But I've had it so many times, I know what it.
No. As far as appearance goes, I mean, it did have a head when I poured it. It did stick around very long, left some lacing. It definitely has that classic American lager appearance. I mean, that's what a malt liquor is. It's a strong American-style lager. A lot of bubbles, very carbonated.
Yeah.
Definitely what you really would expect from a beer of this style, appearance-wise.
Yep. It looks like if you didn't know it was malt liquor, you would just think it was regular old lager beer, right?
Oh, yeah.
Absolutely.
Yeah, nothing looks any different about it, really.
I'm not getting much carbonation, though, coming up in mine. So
it just has a gigantic nose on it. Like I said, it's sort of sour and grainy and musty and sweet, and it's just really got a huge, like a corn syrupiness to it. It's really strong in the nose. If you smell malt liquor, it's strong in the nose.
I smell the corn, too.
Mm-hmm.
Very strong, very pungent.
Skunky smell to it, I think.
I don't find that Old English 800 has that big of a musty, sweet smell like this does.
Yeah, I agree. It's very musty.
Yep.
Wet cardboard.
You can definitely taste the grains and the corn in it, though.
Cheers!
Cheers.
Cheers.
Cheers. This is my first time ever having Colt 45.
Same here. I had this when I was going back, high school, not high school, about, first year of college. I had this, bought my first, my first 40 ounce. You know, when I was living in New Jersey, and didn't think much of it. I just loved the commercials, but you know, I've had a few others, but by then I was drinking other beers, more like the light beers like Bud Light, Budweiser.
Exactly.
Never really went back to it, and now, since the last year and a half, you know, particularly, I've been buying this here and there. So.
Yeah. Okay, y'all, I got it undone. First time I ever had to open a beer with channel lock pliers. I'm serious. I only got the pliers.
Wow.
Now, it was skunky, you know, but it's dissipating. Skunkiness will dissipate. But you could tell this beer was skunked because look how when a beer is skunked, it'll get this reticulated foam. It makes like little octagons.
Hey, what are y'all's dates on it? What is the expiration date?
Mine's
15.
kind of cut
is,
off.
Mine is.
I'm trying to show it to you.
February 9th, 2015.
Mine is June 1st. No, June 11th, 2015.
Mine is
June 1st.
13th of 2015. The numbering is etched off for some reason.
Yeah, we got May 4th, 15 here.
Mine was made the 253rd day of 2014.
All right.
February 9th, 2015.
I got to assume that most of these American-style lagers are kind of going to be around the same thing as Anheuser-Busch when they say it's good. It's good within 180 days of opening, or not opening, but
This one goes by they use Miller's expiration. This has a 180-day expiration.
Gotcha.
Yeah, mine has
the same code as Miller does.
Mine has the Julian code at the bottom. Oddly, isn't that strange?
Those are the Julian date.
Okay, now Charles and John Sharon, have y'all had this before?
First time I've ever had Colt 45. First time.
Okay, give us the. We can see it's a lot of foam and it's golden, yellow golden straw color. What about the aroma, you two guys?
I tend to agree with what Eric said earlier. Big corn. You know, definitely a lot of corn in the.
Very sweet.
Yeah. Very sweet. Yeah.
Yes.
You can smell the corn, the grains, like big nose on the sweets. It's not a bad beer.
Absolutely.
No.
Oh, it's good beer, in my opinion.
Now I want to go to Nate K because Nate has his father here, and he had never tried it, and they cheated because they were already drinking it when we started. But that's cool.
Not much before.
Yeah, that's cool. But that's cool.
We didn't get the skunk head that you were talking about.
No, that's something unique there. It was,
I didn't see that either.
really cold in the fridge, and as soon as I got it, I basically transferred it into the fridge. And for that matter, it's very cold outside too. So.
Yeah.
It definitely takes a real man to open the cap.
Oh yeah, it's definitely.
It took a real man to put the cap on me.
Hey, I've cracked a lot of 40s in my life, but that was unreal. But I mean,
you got mine undone.
You got now. I'm picking up that corn also, and background barley malt. Now, but Nate, do you and your father like it? What's your father's name again? I'm sorry.
Dave.
Yeah, it's Dave.
Dave, do y'all like it?
Yeah, it's much better than the Old English, which was in a plastic bottle.
Oh yeah, that
Nowadays it is.
takes the shine off of it. It's got a lot of lacing though. Look.
A lot.
Actually, it does.
Got some of mine, you know.
Got so.
Quite a bit of lacing here.
I got a little bit of lacing.
Some of it.
Doing it out of the 40.
I just want to comment for a second here that I think the base flavor of Colt 45 is really reminding me in a way of the Miller High Life. I think this is a lot sweeter and a lot grainier than the Miller High Life, but it kind of has that same base flavor that a High Life does. At least to me.
I agree with that. A little bit more syrupy tasting.
I find it's a little bolder. It has more hops. You can pick up more hop bitterness in the back end of it than you would on a High Life.
Like an Imperial High Life.
Yeah.
It's the Imperial. The hoppiness is there, but it's subdued, obviously. But they have. I think if you get on there's a website called I could find it. I think I have it on my favorites. They'll list the IBUs for the malt liquors because it's a distributor, and they usually are around 17. Because Budweiser and Miller High Life are around 12, and I think they're up to 17 to balance out that malt sweetness. Because they to get the alcohol up, they add more malt, and if you didn't have higher hops, you'd probably kind of gag on it. Oh wait, here's
Colt 45.
March 14th, 2015. Okay, I'm sorry. What?
Colt 45 is a 13.4 IBU.
That makes sense totally.
Where do you get that?
Gold Coast Beverage Distributors.
Oh, okay.
I mean, it's 5.6% alcohol, 13.4 IBUs, which sounds about right. Hold on, I'm gonna go to one that actually I know. I know what High Life is.
Somebody could go to the Pabst website and they might have it.
I went to it. It won't on there.
What about the Colt 45 website?
Hey, Schlitz is 14.3. Schlitz malt liquor. Does that sound right?
Pabst owns Schlitz. Yes, Pabst owns Schlitz malt liquor, Colt 45, and another malt liquor they also own. Do they also own Magnum too?
No, that's Miller.
They have St. Ides. The Pabst has Ides.
St. Ides, and also Champagne, which is flavored malt liquor, the original flavored malt liquor. Now, let me mention this. Colt 45 has a whole array of flavored beers called Blast by Colt 45.
That's what Snoop Dogg is doing.
Right, that's the one. Yeah. He's doing advertising for that. Yeah.
He's also on the Colt 45 website. If you get on the Colt 45 main website, they got Snoop Dogg doing like this, And, there's a whole series of rappers that do rap videos. Yeah. Let me show y'all a few other things. When I was in La Crosse, Wisconsin in 1996, I picked up a can of this. Can you see this?
What's that?
Hold up higher.
Can't see it.
Yeah, hold up a little higher. There you go.
Colt 45 premium beer, cold filtered.
I never knew they made that.
Hold it up. Pull it back some. Pull it back.
There you go.
Colt 45 premium beer. Or not. I want that.
Cold filtered. That means it's like Miller Genuine Draft. How you allow this? Now, I saw that. I was stunned. I looked on the shelf, and I just... my jaw dropped, and I bought it immediately, of course.
Yeah, that is one thing you don't notice about malt liquor is that you will not find a tap handle of Colt 45 anywhere anytime soon.
No, but this thing about this Colt 45 beer, I thought to myself, I said, if I don't buy this now, I will never see it.
I've never seen it.
It might have been something they did just to put it out.
I think it was a beer that was made for a while.
Did you call the distributor? I mean, not the distributor, the manufacturer.
It says right here. It says Colt 45 cold filtered beer. It says Heilemann Brewing, La Crosse, Wisconsin. See, Heilemann bought Colt 45. I think they bought the whole company, National Brewing, in 1979.
Right.
And then the day I was at the brewery, this is no joke. The day I was at the brewery, Stroh's bought Heilemann, and then 3 years later, it was big news. And then 3 years later, it turns around and Stroh's sells out to Pabst. So that's the evolution of that. Yeah, they got Keep It Colt 45. It's that crowd, it's that stage, it's that beat. That's keeping it real. That's keeping it Colt 45. Juicy J. More information. So they got a whole series of rappers they hired to do these, and it's cool to watch these little ridiculous videos. Where they're rapping about, and they're freestyle rapping, so they got to make it up as they go.
Yeah, the rap community was really big with St. Ides for a long while.
St. Ides, Colt 45, Old English 800, they were, all of them. And I want to get onto this rant here about this because, back in the day, when they hired Billy D. Williams and whatnot, and then what was this? I think it was right around the time, with the whole, gangster rap, whatever it is, Boys in the Hood came out, and then you had a lot of these ministers and these churches were complaining, why are you advertising this poison? Why are you advertising this? And it even got on Billy D. Williams, who did a lot of commercials before the rappers started doing this, and then they were criticizing him. They'll say, well, look, I made commercials. You know, I advertise it. I drink beer. I drink malt liquor. So what? Why should I be ashamed? Why should these rappers be ashamed?
Yeah, and here's the thing. Remember, 1991 is the year that Colt 45 came out with a beer called Colt 45 Power Master. And I think
I remember that.
I think Power Master was only like 5.9%, but there was all these civil rights people saying, this is terrible.
Exactly.
Destroy our community and all of this. So Heilemann said, all right, you know what, forget it. So they dropped Power Master, and if you get a can or bottle of that right now, that's like a collector's item. But what's ironic is it came out with double malt later on, I think, and without any kind of promotion, and you can't find a double malt too many places. And there was no controversy about that. And then in the 2000s, they came out with this Colt 45 high gravity. What you know about that? 8.5%.
And right now, Jay, I see that a lot in this area where I live in Mobile. Before I couldn't find that. Now it's all over. That, you know, and it says in certain markets, but we got to hear the high gravity. And I think the high gravity is doing quite as well as the original.
Yeah.
In terms of sales wise.
There's something wrong with the Colt 45 website. I noticed this a few days ago that when you hit the thing that says malts.
Yep.
Nothing comes up. They used to list all the malts, and I think they used to say Colt 45 was 6%, but it might have been 5.6. You might be right. And then they showed
that
double malt.
The website doesn't work right now.
Yeah, the website's down. Let me just get off of that. But John, so you're saying the high gravity is as popular as the
It's doing quite well right now. Certain stores I've seen, a lot of people have been buying it. You know, the high gravity, and you know, it's in terms of with the malt liquor like Steel, because what we get here where I live at, I get Steel Reserve, you know, of course Colt and Mickey's, and that's pretty much it. I don't get Old English. I don't get King Cobra here.
Oh, that's wrong.
You know, that's Alabama for you. I don't know.
I've never seen the high gravity around here.
I can't say up north. When I see a lot of these kind of 40s of malt liquor that I normally don't see a high gravity version of that beer if there's not already an original version that is a high gravity. We just don't get a lot of the high gravity stuff beyond, say, the Steel Reserve high gravity. That's all we get.
See, I've not seen a split small liquor bull around here forever.
Oh, that's terrible, because that's one we need to look at. Now, John said he saw the high gravity all over the southeast. Jonathan Walker. When I went to Florida last year, soon as we turned off Interstate 10 to go south to St. Petersburg on U.S. Highway 19, there's a gas station with a Arby's and all, and I went in there and I looked on the shelf and I was like, I did two oohs, because first of all, I saw Mickey's Ice.
Yeah. Ooh.
Wow. I'm buying that. Then I looked over on the shelf and I saw Colt 45 high gravity. I saw the old can. We went down the road a few more miles to stop to get gas, and I saw the new can, the new black and gold can. And I said, I know I'm buying that. So we have this big pack of Colt 45 high gravity, right? And we thirsty, you know, we drive, and you get thirsty when you drive, you know, so I told my friend Jordan, I said, well, he had this little insulated thing where he would keep the beer and the other drinks real cold, and I said, well, since we have so far to drive, let's go ahead, and it'll probably be all right. We got these little hotel glasses that we had. Oh, I'm sorry, we had leftover drink glasses from the Arby's, so we were drinking it, you know, but responsibly. But I said, oh man, I said, Jordan, this stuff is too, it's too strong. I can't handle it. And he says, it's just beer. Drink it. What is your problem? I said, what is my problem? It's 8.5% alcohol. Don't you see how?
It's one of those things. It's one of those things, guys, that you know when you get home, you crack open the high gravity. It's not made for. It's one of those beers you sit at home and you have. It's not. You know.
Not traveling. So I said
8.5. That's it.
But it was amazing that to me it was so strong, and believe me, it's way stronger than what we're drinking tonight. Oh, yeah. It's like you chew it more than drink it. And then he's looking at me like, it's just a beer. like to him it was like a regular old beer, and I was like amazed looking at him like, what is he talking about? So the next morning, no, I'm not telling this story. No way, never mind.
The next morning, ...
So the next morning when we were heading to Miami, Florida, on U.S. Highway 41, nothing happened. Anyway, I like the sweetness. I like the background. I just like it. I mean, I'm probably too easily pleased. That's the problem with my beer.
I'm kind of in agreement with you. 6.1% is not that strong. It's perfect, compared to, Steel or Hurricane or the High Gravity. This is perfect, to have, sitting outside, day like this right now. It's warm. You're inside. This is my second one I just opened up. I'm feeling good right now. So this is all right. It's not strong. It's perfect.
Yeah, you're right. It's an awesome feel. It's an awesome. Wait a minute, turn that phone off. It's an awesome chill out beer. And did any of y'all get the 50th anniversary can last year?
I did not.
Haven't seen it.
We don't get
I haven't
those.
seen it in my market. It was only out over here.
Only out. Oh, I'm sorry. In 2013, it was only out for a little while. Special anniversary can.
Hey,
You didn't see it.
Jay,
What?
as soon as I got when I went from Richmond to Daytona Beach,
Yeah.
as soon as I got into Georgia, I saw it all over the place. The High Gravity. When I was in South Carolina and points north, I never saw it.
It's really weird,
Yeah.
It's devastating, man. That beer's
Well, did we see it in South Carolina?
Maybe it's out.
Maybe near the South Carolina border, but
I've noticed quite a bit just going back and forth between a bunch of us on this channel and a bunch of people in just the beer community in general, watching different YouTube videos, that especially when it comes to these kind of lager beers, there's a lot of them that are very regional, where some people will just get beer and other people won't. I don't know if that's the market's greater for a beer like that and not somewhere else, maybe.
You're right, because we can get King Cobra here, we can get Old English like it's going out of style. Everybody sells Old English. Mm-hmm. We get Magnum, especially in Baton Rouge. I don't know why Baton Rouge is so Magnum-oriented, but it's heavy there. We get, of course, Colt 45 pretty much everywhere. And then we get some really strong ones that are too much for me, like the Hurricane High Gravity 8.1. I mean, I like it, but it's just too...
Steel Reserve's too much.
Hey, how does Colt 45 High Gravity compare to Steel Reserve?
Steel Reserve. Wait.
Is it more like the black can or the silver can?
Wait.
It's about the same to me.
Back up. When you say Colt 45 High Gravity, are you talking about Steel Reserve 8% or Steel Reserve 6%?
8%. I forgot. You get the 6%.
Okay.
About the same. It's about the same.
Very similar. It's stronger though. It's like.
Is it similar to the silver can or the black can?
Oh, those are the same beer, really.
No, I have done a taste test, man. They're different.
Yeah, they're different in taste, but the ABV is about the same.
Yeah, no, they're the same ABV. Yeah, I just think they brew on them longer, just so it's smoother.
Okay, you might be right, because my daughter tried the black can, the triple export, and she thought it was one of the best beers she's ever had, and she drank Chimay Red Cap of all things, but
love that beer.
Right?
Love that
beer. Steel Reserve 211 triple export. The video's there. You can see it. She says, "Oh, and this is really good." Now this is, I'm thinking to myself, you realize this beer is widely hated in the world? But I didn't say a word.
Because, a bad thing.
I didn't say a word because my daughter is the best beer reviewer, because she doesn't do any research. She doesn't care about what you're supposed to like or not supposed to like. She just drinks them. You know what I mean? So
yeah, that's how we like to do things.
It's a totally unbiased approach. She just says, "Oh, let's try this," and so in a way, it's good because you get too deep into it and do a lot of research, and then you start to like influence yourself. You know what I mean? And people say it's 100 out of 100, so you're like, well, I have to say it's 100 out of 100, or people are gonna get mad.
Yeah, I had some. I think in 2009 I posted a review on Beer Advocate of the Bourbon County Stout, and that's when I first started drinking beer, and I didn't really like that beer, and I sort of didn't really write a really nice review on the beer. And somebody messaged me back on Beer Advocates like, "You are an idiot. That is the best beer in the world." I'm like, "Excuse, please, really?"
Yeah.
You just
very
didn't like it.
tolerant.
Oh, let me say this, and then I'm going to go down the list of all y'all. We also get Ice House Edge, which is 8.1. We can get a 4-pack.
Around here.
I get that here. 25 ounce can.
We get a 4-pack for $2.99. Hey, I'm glad y'all mentioned it because we might need to examine that. And we also get Natty Daddy.
Yes.
Yeah, we get that.
Whoa! Ouch.
Yeah, Natty Daddy. Dave Coulter, who used to join us back in the day, he did a video where he was doing Natty Daddy.
Oh yes.
And he says, you know how Dave is. I'm gonna do this Natty Daddy, my friends, because certain people like it. Blah blah blah. So then he takes a sip. No. He says no. That was my favorite beer sampling with Dave video. He just takes one sip. No.
It's not a bad beer.
No, it's good, but he wouldn't drink it. He wouldn't drink it. But anyway, Natty Daddy is the kind of beer you have to get super cold. You have got to put that son of a gun in the fridge, in the freezer.
All of them.
You better put it in the freezer for
John's right. All of them you got to get super cold.
John's right.
Cold.
Yeah, John's right.
Hurricane, Still Reserve, all of them. And now the beers you mentioned, Jay, I get Ice House Edge, I get Steel 8.1, I get Mickey's, I get Hurricane, and now we mentioned Colt 45 to 6.1, and we get the the High Gravity. Only one time that I saw in this one local store, they had King Cobra. And that's when they're going to get that again. Yeah, we'll try to get it next week. I went back there the next week, and it wasn't there. So.
Yeah, it's terrible. When you come to New Orleans, you got to pick up some. Now.
Oh, believe me, I will.
What was I saying? It's a shame everybody can't get Schlitz malt liquor. I can barely get Schlitz malt liquor because that would be a good one to examine. That's like the original gangster.
That around here.
What?
Give me a week or two to see if I can find some around here.
I can get it, but it's hard. I can get 18-ounce bottles. Okay, now I'm going to go down the line. Myself, I'm going to say it myself first. I like Colt 45. I always did like it. I like the double malt, although I can't see that it's any different than the regular Colt 45, to tell you the truth. The Colt 45 beer was good. It had a little more body and flavor than regular beer, but it's gone. Turn off that phone. I had the Colt 45 High Gravity I like, but I'm too weak. I can't handle it. Now, so I like it. I like Colt 45. I never have gotten tired of drinking it. Now let's go to Brandon in Mississippi. What do you say, Brandon?
I gotta say, Colt 45. I'm of the opinion it's a really solid beer. I don't find anything wrong with the beer. I mean, if you're worried about skunk, there are canned versions available of the beer. There are different types available. Of course, if you really just want a good night, get a 40. It's all good.
Amen.
You just can't go wrong with it, in my opinion.
Excellent, and I 100% agree. Now, Charles and John, Sharon, Indiana. I like you got that Fall City sign. I did a Fall City talk last night. Okay.
You know, it's not the best beer in the world, but I can tell you this, of the malt liquors that I've had of this breed of beer, it's not bad. I mean, it's kind of funky in the smell, but the taste is pretty balanced all the way through, and it doesn't get you crazy on the back end.
Okay. If I let you choose between this and Budweiser, which one do you pick?
I'd probably pick the Budweiser.
Who said that? Charles?
Yeah, that's me.
Okay, well, that's fair. Okay, John, Sharon?
Well, I'm going to tell you what, I kind of agree a little bit with what Eric said, and I'd like to do a side-by-side comparison because I think this tastes a whole lot like Miller High Life.
Mm-hmm.
And I would very much like to pick up another 40 with a six-pack of the High Life and do a side-by-side comparison, see what the tastes like.
I join you on that.
I think there's not going to be much of a taste difference in the two.
That's fascinating. I can't get over that. I really can't. Cool. I'd do it, you know.
Yeah.
Well, thank you, Eric, for saying that because That's a good comparison.
I kind of challenged Eric on that, but I can't, but then, and Dave Coulter, going back to Dave, he's the one that challenged me back then a year or two ago. He said, you say you can taste the difference between all these beers. He said, but you ought to do a challenge, then you'll find out you can't tell the difference. And I said, well, who the hell is he? But anyway, but I did the taste challenges. Guess what? I couldn't tell the difference. He was right. Okay, now Eric.
There was a tiny bit of thunder stole there. But anyways, the other thing that I notice here is I would also prefer the Budweiser over this. This definitely, what's really good about a beer like this is it's not high gravity, and it does have a little bit of a richer and bolder flavor than a High Life or a Budweiser, and it's a little bit more, I guess, satisfying in the ABV. So if you're looking for a good ABV beer and you don't mind a little bit extra of sweetness, I think Colt 45 is a pretty nice little beer here. No complaints.
Excellent. John, wait. Now, before we go to John, I want to read some of these comments. Nate says 19 degrees out there. John Walker says 1 quarter of ice outside. Brandon says Magnum is everywhere. Magnum is everywhere in Baton Rouge. There's no doubt. We got to do a hurricane high gravity examination. Oh yes. I saw 6 packs of Schlitz malt liquor in San Antonio. What? Okay. Now Eric says the natural father. Yeah, I coined that term. Now, Natty Daddy, look, laugh out loud. No Mickeys for us, Nate. Oh man. And then John says King Cobra is good. Hurricane is so bland. What?
Hurricane is strong to me. I'm sorry. Hurricane, I had one of those. I was like, let me sit down for a little bit.
Nate says this is why we can't have nice things. And then Jonathan says, I want to see Tiny Tim drink a 40 in 10 seconds. Then John Walker says yes. And then Nate says, my dad just pulled out a MGD, Miller Genuine Draft, to see if it was similar. And Charles Lewis says, okay, Dave, K result. That smells different. Color is similar. Dave says the Colt 45 is better. What? Wow. All right.
Good going, Nate.
Now, John.
Yes. Like I said, I like it. It's smooth. It's easy. And like I said, lately I've been buying more of this than, Steel or Hurricane. I think this beer, as well as Mickey's, because of the ABV on it, Mickey's like 5.6, and I wrote to you, Jay, I thought Mickey's could compete with Budweiser. I mean, just a style. I mean, it kind of tastes even better. If I had to choose between that or Mickey's or Colt, I would choose the Colt or Mickey's. It's very good. It's not too overpowering. A little kick, but it's perfect for me. And of course, what I love about this is the price. I bought a 6-pack for $3.38 plus tax, came up to about $4 and some change. And I like it. So
that's good. You and I got to get together and do some serious malt liquor exploration. Let me put it to you like that. Now, John Walker in Virginia, what do you say, sir?
If I had to choose this or Budweiser, it depends on the situation, but normally I would choose this. I love this stuff. I've done some really fun things with this. Smooth. It's not too sweet. It's not really bitter. Nothing to complain about. Heck, my dad, who drinks Coors Light every once in a while, said this is pretty good. And I didn't tell him what it was until after I showed him the bottle. I poured it in a glass. Me and my friends get 40s of this all the time, and just the best thing to say about it is it works every time.
It does.
There you go. Make it rain.
Now, Nate, Kay, and your father, what do y'all say about it?
Where do you want to start?
Well, yeah, I was kind of skeptical about it because we used to drink that back in the '60s, and it was okay. We had a bottle of Southern Comfort and other things, and the combination was bottle, and I had this strange revulsion because I remember where I usually ended up after all those nights. But surprisingly, putting it up next to the Miller, I think that the overall effect of the flavor and the smell of the beer is actually more pleasant. And I'm not a huge fan of the lighter beers anyway. I like stuff that's you have to eat before.
Okay. Well, that's interesting. I mean, that's really interesting. Oh, now, so everybody tends to like it. Now, either Colt 45 is a good beer and we like it, or we're a bunch of idiots. I don't know. But I just think it's a good beer. What you know about that? Now, it's a shame that Jeff had some technical problems, Jeff Brister, because he always has some good insights on all this stuff.
Sure does.
Now, next week, folks, we're going to do light beer.
What you know about that?
Yeah, we're gonna do light beers in general. Just whatever light beer you want to come up with. I have a can in my fridge. I got a 32-ounce can in my fridge right now. Now here's what I want to do the week after. In 2 weeks, I'm gonna go get the can and I want to see what y'all gonna say about this. And then I know everybody's got to go. People got stuff to do. LSU on. I got to turn that on the radio. All right.
What does he have up his sleeve this time? And you can't pick you can't pick Colt 45 next week as a light beer version of Colt 45 High Gravity. You can't do that.
All right. So Colt 45 malt liquor. What you know about that? That was such a real examination tonight. We kept it so real. But anyway, I want to look at this in 2 weeks. Foster's Ale.
Ooh. I can get that.
Ooh.
I
can get it.
I'll see if I can try to find it.
See what I can do.
I know I get the lager.
Find it.
You know,
Yeah,
I get the lager, but I don't know if I'll see to get the ale. I'll see what I can.
A lot of grocery stores carry the 25.4-ounce cans. It's 5.5% alcohol.
Oil
So anyway,
They used to sell those at the Raceway.
yeah, Raceway. Yeah. So anybody try to get Foster's Premium Ale because we need to look at that now. So anyway, Colt 45 malt liquor. What you know about that?
Bring it.
I'm hearing phenomenal beer, and I'll probably have another one, not real soon, but if it comes up, I'll have one.
If somebody asked you should they try it, what would y'all tell them?
Sure, why not?
Try
Hell
it.
yeah, try it.
Nothing to be ashamed of. There's nothing to be ashamed of. Try it. You know, even if you are someone who makes craft beer and you denounce it, but you sneak Colt 45 once in a while, why not?
Right.
Here's what I'll say about it quickly drinking Colt 45 or drinking Mickey's or drinking Old English 800 is not going to make you a bum and lose a lot of money and live on the street. It's not going to do that to you.
Thank
it's just
you.
another beer like Budweiser or Miller or Coors.
Camo Ice will do that to you.
Camo Ice will make you turn into a bum. The only thing Colt 45 is going to do is let you keep things real and keep it together and handle the business. All right.
Hey, let me say this real quick. There's no bad beer, some just better than others.
That's right.
John,
Hey, everybody.
you ever come to New Orleans, I can actually let you try some beer, and then you'll change your mind and you'll agree that
Hey,
they're
Jack.
beer.
Hey, we're coming to New Orleans the first weekend of May.
Oh, that is going to be so gangsta. All right, anyway.
We'll make gangster signs in the middle of the street together.
Oh, yeah, we're gonna do a lot of that. All right, thank y'all, folks, for watching this outstanding video production.
Bye-bye.
See ya. Cheers.
All right.
Drink some. Yeah, drink it. Yeah, we're still live. Drink it. Woo.
We might be on live, so watch what you say. All right, now, John, y'all really are talking about coming to New Orleans, huh? Charles kind of gave me a little insight on that.
We're still alive.
You're alive, son.
Delayed. I don't know if we're having some delayed action here. Oh, debug script. All right, anyway.